In the obscure prophecy of Dream, a star from the heavens has enlightened my path.
Make a wish.
The show begins. I hear some disharmony. Dangerous thoughts. Harmony and unity. Night. Stars echo. Stop this!
Time for a shot. I'm okay. Just a little something.
How appropriate.
Want to see what I can do? Take this! Surprise! Beat it! Time to twirl! No more playing
You
nice.
know who I am.
This big diamond! It's all yours! Time to twirl! Stop this!
Now.
We're in trouble now. We were supposed to attack yesterday. Go nothing!
The market is unpredictable.
Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game! Who invited you? Huh? Tough luck running into me! You! You can't run! begin! Ravager!
The market is unpredictable.
Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game! My turn! Everything is ridiculous. Oh, Star, give these trailblazers your blessing!
Move carefully.
Tough luck running into me!
Let's make it quick.
Try that again! You're annoying! Gotta try hard. Watch this awesome move!
Fighting is meaningless. The truth of life and death is sanctuary. It's but a vision.
My turn!
Let's go. Rules are made to be broken.
Too late to repent.
Yield. Yield. The smell of sin. Recount. By the will of the Ten Lords' decree, hereby ordained.
The truth of life and death is sanctuary. It's but a vision.
This is our chance.
I've no interest in conflict.
Still in denial? I shall be the judge.
Rules are made to be broken.
Recount. smell of sin. I shall be the judge.
The order of the 10 execute the Murderstruck! No one misses the Murderstruck!
Enemy data secure. Netmark accessible. Time for a good old counterattack.
Time for a shot.
Recount. By the will of the 10 Lords. The 10 Lords decree, hereby ordained.
Enemy targets detected. Ready for another?
That'll take nap time.
I shall be the judge.
Just a little something. Don't mind me.
Only remember your kindness.
To my heart's content!
Commencing support. Enemy data secure. Netmark accessible. Time for a good old counterattack.
No one misses the Murderstruck!
Penacony's travel has entered its countdown, accompanied by Clocky's TikToks. After 12 system hours, this grand celebration will commence with much fanfare.
I already told you. We can talk.
I'm sorry, Fluffy. I really have something urgent to attend to, so I have no choice but to resort to asking this favor of you all.
Since you already know what you're doing, I'll also have to remind you of its risks.
Hey, partner, what's with the hostility? I thought pulling this thing out was just a way of saying hello.
For the last time, state your identity and purpose.
My name's Boot Hill, and I'm a
Galaxy Ranger?
You look like you seen a ghost. Did you think we all went extinct? Well, that's the price you pay for being off-grid for too long.
The righteous heroes of the hunt would never hijack the Astral Express.
I ain't hijacked anything. What, chatting with someone while holding a gun is considered a high...
It probably is.
Pardon my frankness, but there are plenty of rumors in the cosmos regarding the Galaxy Ranger's current status, and none of them are pretty stories. I have a hard time believing you.
Oh, this is hilarious. The tale that this bunch of fools spin is getting out of hand. There's even a bit about the Galaxy Rangers being turned into gibbons by Dr. Primitive, and they're in some valley screwing around on swings. Of course, I know you won't believe me, which is also why, similarly, I have a hard time believing that you're the real Nameless. See the bullets in this gun? 9mm, an eternal classic. I may need the Astral Express's help right now, but if you're an imposter just like that one, then this bullet might just end up in my head. I can't allow myself to be exposed to danger. That's just the way it goes, so... You all have to first prove yourselves, Huh? Where are you going?
Recognize this?
It's a model fudger. The Jade Abacus of Ally and Oath. The CN Joe really gave this to you guys?
Model fudger?
This is the Jade Abacus gifted to the Express by the Shenzhou Luofu's general, Jing Yuan. Its presence on board serves as the Shenzhou Alliance's official recognition of the Express. Is that enough?
Not bad. And across these sprawling stars, a gentle squeeze is all it takes to rustle up a whole legion of Cloud Knights. Now, I reckon that'd be one fudging sight to behold.
Now,
Been ages since the Galaxy Rangers had the spotlight shown on them. We ain't equipped with such fancy gadgets. But I've been around the block enough to know the way to handle these types of situations is... Alright then. Feel free to toss any questions my way. And let's see if my answers can't turn your trust. If your gut tells you otherwise, still ain't too late to show me the door.
and why would I play along?
If I truly am a real Galaxy Ranger.
Alright then. Tell me, what kind of organization are the Galaxy Rangers?
Ah, my friend. This question is a hard one. I don't think I can even consider us an organization. Everyone's on their own fated path along the hunt, with their own resolute sense of righteousness and not so welcome among such so-called universal.
This reply does not instill trust. It only makes your predicament more precarious.
I'm guessing you're gonna ask about some form of shared faith, right? But us Galaxy Rangers don't need that sort of thing. What brings us together is a shared bottom line. Never bully the weak. Never kill the innocent. These oaths aren't some lofty beliefs, but the fundamental bottom line that one must never cross as a person. As Galaxy Rangers, we strictly adhere to the bottom line. When someone crosses them, the hunt's vengeance will surely come knocking. And in this moment, the other crucial meaning of bottom line comes into play. As long as you don't cross it, you're free to do whatever you please. You get...
Second question. Why do you seek trouble with the Astral Express?
I already said that I seek no trouble. I must go to Penacony for a matter. But I don't have an invite. And I can't even enter the family's hotel doors. If only I could borrow the Nameless.
Aren't the Galaxy Rangers also...
Oh, you've hit the nail on the head. This is why I'm here. It's fine if I tell you. The Rangers are pursuing an imposter. A son of a nice lady posing as one of us. She's on Penacony right now. My informant is a memo keeper. She's the same as all mimetic organisms, appearing one moment and gone the next. Ugh, she scares the fudge out of me. Still, she gave me some...
That Galaxy Ranger imposter.
Is that the third question?
Is it a hard question?
It isn't. Just that you might not believe me. That person calls herself Acheron. And according to our informant, she...
That's impossible.
That's what I said. Don't worry. When I first received the news, I had the exact same reaction as you.
IX never gives anyone so much as a first glance, and that's perfectly normal. What reason would they have to bequeath strength unto mortals?
Then you must know that emanators can also conceal their own identities, which, for many people, it's better that way. Otherwise, there'd be wanton bloodshed across the cosmos, or even, perhaps, turning their back on the path they're supposed to follow. I had the good fortune of running into an elation emanator. Its appearance was no different than that of those clowns. If it weren't through sheer luck that I got it drunk, I would have never known of its eminent status. Even in the purest hunt, You'll find the Xianzhou Alliance under the spotlight and Galaxy Rangers lurking in the shadows. Paths are inevitably concepts created by people and exist in planes beyond our understanding. To reckon that nihility emanators don't exist, well, maybe we just ain't nihilistic enough. So, do you understand now? Your companions are in danger, and it's pretty harrowing. If you don't want to believe me, you'd best send a message to them, but I'd advise you to move fast. We don't know what's happening in the dreamscape or how much of what the memo keeper said is true. And that Acheron, who knows what you...
I don't intend to do anything.
That's not up to did you know? People who come to the land of dreams for the first time, they'll subconsciously stop to reaffirm that they're still walking on solid ground. And then they will unanimously raise their heads, be it reality or dream. Staring at the sky is instinctual for humanity. Since the day that the golden hour, but now this night sky has been mercilessly
A single slash of a blade isn't really accurate. It was actually 2 blades, just that the second one was faster.
That's not many guests who weren't supposed to be invited have gathered at this banquet. Even if the harmony is all-embracing, the planet of festivities has no place for you, a puppet of nihility. Those who live in the shadows.
Speaking of living in the shadows, there's probably not much difference between us. It's only polite to reveal your true self, Penacony's Dream Master.
Whether you believe it or not, this is the real me. We are one.
Is this the unity that the family espouses?
My mortal shell has long since dissipated. The Oak family's 107,336 offspring.
From the sound of it, it seems like you're asking me to leave, Penacony.
I am glad that you're an
If you think you can.
Are you threatening?
I ended it with a period. It was a statement, not a threat. Knowing who I am and still showing such malice. You're not the first, nor will you be the last. This scene played out many times before. And usually, when faced with my questions, most people retort, "Why can't I?" The result has invariably been that they can't.
You are confident. But be reminded, 130, and here I stand again. About to...
And you will die. I mean, all of you will. But that won't come to pass. I'll do as you ask.
A wise choice.
I wasn't aware there was a choice.
To you, that surely is the only option. Please bear in mind, you and Penacony are of different worlds. Those born on the far bank cannot seek solace across the river. Leave and never return. The radiance of the planet of festivities is overwhelmingly bright, luring in tricksters, wrongdoers, and criminals. But even the harmony itself will never welcome, and even more so, when this self-annihilator heralds the destruction of everything. Your strength is obviously a Akira. A befitting name.
Take it from someone on the other side of your so-called river. You know better than I do that Penacony has already deviated from the harmony. Whatever your intentions may be, I foresee only one outcome. Its future holds nothing but nihility. Just like all the worlds that have drowned in their shadow.
Attention, please. Months ago was due to a technical malfunction at Clock Studios theme park. The family has promptly responded to secure the area, and we're happy to report that there have been no injuries.
Oh, I swear that was no movie shoot. So many chips fell from the sky, and I even caught one of them. But it vanished in an instant before my very eyes.
Excuse me. Are you talking about the Clock Studios theme park incident?
Hmm? Yeah, what about it? Oh, Miss Robin! Am I seeing things right?
No need to worry. I apologize for any inconvenience caused to your delightful dream journey. What you just mentioned about the chips really piqued my interest. Would you mind providing more details about the incident?
Oh, it was just... those chips you normally see are...
And then those chips simply disappeared. It appears to be the Dream Sim tech the Iris family has been developing.
Huh? Miss Robin, you mean... those chips were all part of a performance?
Shh. This technology hasn't been made public yet. It was originally planned to debut at the Charmony Festival. But it seems... Can you help me keep this secret? The raining chips.
Oh, I see! Then it all makes sense.
Thank you. As appreciation, I like to give...
Oh.
Press it at just the right moment in the celebration. There could be an unexpected treat in store for you. All right. It looks like there are other guests who are also so many people talking about it. This commotion at the theme park definitely made waves.
The family needs to provide...
It appears the good sir has seen... However...
Miss Robin, the family can try their best...
But as you can see, sir, no innocent bystanders were affected in this incident. Perhaps the dreamscape is not as perfect as promised, but there's no place safer
I could stay here, but keep in mind, guests come to Penacony to enjoy the dreamscapes. They do not wish to be entangled.
Of course. With the Charmony Festival about to commence, we will spare no effort in our preparations. Rest assured.
You've had...
Hello.
Nothing to be worried about.
Hey, are you a fool? You don't even recognize Miss Robin? Who do you think you're talking?
Hey, don't sweat it.
Oh, we've...
Rest assured, Miss Robin.
I trust you guys.
Actually,
Miss Rob...
Thank you all for your loyalty towards... Of course the family did not...
No wonder. So this is...
Don't worry. Miss...
Please be assured, Miss Robin, we...
Thank you for your hard work. This is a small gift prepared by the
I can't believe I received...
If trouble comes knocking on our door...
Miss Robin?
I didn't expect...
I can't believe I'm actually...
Preparation is important. Regarding the recent
But, plus, I met that
Everyone, please do...
Even if you say...
Some people...
Miss Robin?
Still, I
Huh?
Here, make sure to take good care of it. You know. We're back to where it all began. It is a pleasure to journey alongside you once more. I'm sorry. I know you have been in that instant, so following, I intended to call upon. It is how you see now. But after the moment, I was still alive. And so, then I returned to the hotel, and after, all my attempts proved futile. It wasn't until not long ago, when a crimson blade of light shattered the high wall of the dream, causing you all to fall far into the abyssal depths of the dreamscape, that I was able to open. And that's it. That is all that's... I know it's tough now. Take a deep 3, 2, 1. Don't be afraid. I never knew you could do this.
Hmm?
Do you have a driver's license?
I do.
That is...
Why? Because this is Japella, the city of sin.
I'm just thinking that you haven't slept in 20 system hours.
I'm fine. I'll survive.
I'm not so sure about that.
Infiltration is over. Feel free to activate Sam at...
There's still some time before the next part of the script unfolds. Let me... Such a long tunnel.
In half a system hour, it will lead us to Kafka. And then comes the downfall of the Japella Brotherhood.
Is that also...
It's in your script too.
Sorry.
Their destiny won't change just because of your silly... I told you before. It's a bad habit.
What about you then? Is this the moment you finally find that...
As always, it's a blank slate. It's not on this planet.
Because I'm currently in a car with a sleep-deprived driver.
This car has full self-driving capabilities. I'll just put my hand...
Hey, don't take everything so seriously. Elio would always say there's only one type of destiny. The inescapable type. He can see the future, and we, likewise, are aware of our predetermined... But before that moment arrives, we can still choose what we do.
After today, Japella's name will disappear from cosmic history, and the Everflame Mansion will take its place. In the not-too-distant future, that's your next stop.
Land of the Dreams.
I hope you find whatever you seek there. Be it answers.
Yeah. Glad to see you're safe and sound.
Close your eyes.
The question that has been perplexing us, does death really exist in the dreamscape, appears to be a cognitive trap. It was laid by those orchestrating events from the shadows to cover up the truth behind the disappearances and the existence of this fortress known as Dreamflux Reef. Every emergence of that meme is related to the Watchmaker. Since Dreamflux Reef is where it brings its captives, it's likely that many of our long-standing questions will be answered in this place.
The atmosphere here is starkly different, but from the whispers of the residents, I've heard a familiar name.
It's that man again. Always in the right place at the right time. Though that does save us the trouble. Himiko and March have already made a move. Get ready.
The real dreamscape. The land of the exiles. Before we go, should we speak to everyone first?
Yeah. Keep going straight down this alley, and it'll lead...
Did you tell me what I should...
Hi there, friend from a... I hear the watchmaker's fight.
What a huge clocky. Looks like the watchmaker also left his mark on dream. Unbelievable. To think there's a settlement of this size within the dreamscape. And all beyond the family's reach. The atmosphere in this fortress is pretty different from that in the beautiful dream.
When I first saw it, I was in awe too. The sky here, it's like... What's even more bizarre is that this place is also separated into trade and residential areas. The layout may be simple, but the facilities are very comprehensive. It seems that there are...
Though both dreamscapes have distinct styles, the architectural designs are quite similar. Works of the same hand, perhaps. Hard not to speculate on the connection. But there's no point in overthinking things. Let's meet up with Himiko and the others for...
Take a right turn at the end of this road and you'll reach the trade district. There are more people there. And perhaps someone knows where she is.
Not coming with us?
The Astral Express likely needs room for some internal deliberation. In the meantime...
Sure. Letting her go was the right decision. Further observations are needed before we decide whether to trust her. But first, there's someone I need to talk to. Let's go. I'm sure. Look, over there, the Reverie Hotel's bellboy. How did he end up here? And right after Miss Acheron severed the beautiful dream. We'd better check, just to be sure.
perfect for me, and perfectly legal for me to stay in. Huh? You're the guest from before. We meet again! And a new friend. Forgot to introduce myself. I'm the hotel's bellboy, Misha.
Hello, Misha. I'm Welt. We met in... and...
Tick-tock! Old friend and new friend! Let's high-five!
Your, memory zone?
Nope. Clocky is a good friend of mine. How did you two get here? This dreamscape isn't supposed to be open to the public.
So, this is...
After my work in the beautiful dream ends, I'll go back home. Commuting used to be more convenient, but ever since travel became cumbersome, Sleepy started ferrying people back and forth between the two dreamscapes.
this... sleepy.
Sleepy is a memory zone meme. Looks fierce and has many eyes. But it's actually really well behaved. Gallagher's been taking care of it.
Based on the description, that meme is indisputably death. A nightmare for the family, but for the people who live here, well, that couldn't be further from the truth.
Death? Not in a dream, surely. Sleepy's just a little aggressive, and sometimes messes up by fetching the wrong guess. But it would never hurt anyone.
I see. Has it brought back any guests recently? Say, in the last day or two? We're currently investigating a missing person case that occurred within the beautiful dream.
I see. Then you'll have to speak with Gallagher. But he's currently busy hosting a visitor from the Oak family and specifically asked not to be disturbed. Mr. Yang? Is it Miss Robin?
Just as I thought. Considering what happened with Miss Firefly, this doesn't come as a surprise.
If you're looking for Miss Robin, I can leave the... She told me that she'd be willing to meet with outside guests.
If it's not too much trouble. Also, we're looking for our missing companions. A woman with red hair accompanied by a girl with pink hair. Have you seen them?
Oh, I haven't. But please, rest assured. Dreamflux Reef is a small place, and it's not as bustling as the beautiful dream. But its safety is... how about this? Since it's your first time here in Dreamflux Reef, she's gone to Mrs. Grace's to visit the children. She won't be leaving.
All right, then. Well, we now know the... No idea. But its connection to Gallagher is worth... Say, you mentioned before that you saw Clocky that only you could see, right? I can't shake off this strange feeling. Am I really still... Forget it. It's not important. We'd better just follow Misha.
This trash can is perfect for me. Everyone, look! From here?
A black hole? No. An accretion disk formed from consolidated memoria? Was Dreamflux Reef built on such unstable?
Oh, so Mr. Yang is also versed in Memoria dynamics. I was just trying to figure out how to explain this huge hole to everyone. I bet you guys have a lot in common.
I'm just a wallflower.
Look, there she is.
My calculations are finally done. In another 10 system hours, the above dream will swallow the dream below. My hypothesis was correct. Hmm?
Who are you all, and why haven't you left yet? This place is about to disappear. I'm Kami, a dreamscape surveyor specializing in Memoria dynamics. And this is my life's work that I'm researching. See that huge gaping hole? It was just a narrow rift many years ago, but now it's grown into a giant hole. The surrounding Memoria has been flowing towards the other end of the hole at a constant velocity, slowly but surely. But the scary part is, according to my calculations, the flow rate of Memoria has recently changed, and it's faster than ever before. It's almost as if something is sucking it in from the other side. By constantly improving upon Madame Rosalina's Memoria measurement method, I've finally obtained, after 10 system hours, the Dreamflux Reef will cease to exist. Just like the melting of glaciers, everything will crumble. Please don't worry. This sort of thing has happened many times before. Miss Kami isn't a bad person.
You don't say. There was something else that piqued my interest.
Oh, do you know her too? Or are you also a fan of Memoria Dynamics?
We're very interested in Madame Rosalina's achievements.
Why, of course! She's an excellent scholar of Memoria Dynamics, and the first person to apply Memoria rate measurement methodology on interstellar travelers. Regrettably, due to the presence of the Garden of Recollection, ordinary people don't pay much attention to the nature of Memoria. She departed this world without much fame, leaving only a few thin journals behind. I came to Penacony to learn more about my idol, and went to great lengths to... I felt it. The source...
Does the name Madame Rosalina sound familiar to you? That's right. It seems like she did a great deal of research and calculations in Dreamflux Reef before
Miss Katie regularly mentions her. I hear Madame Razelina passed away during the prison war. She could see the Penacony of today. Its people building homes in the... Our destination is the commercial district. That's where the largest crowds gather in Dreamflux Reef. We might be able to find the others there. Let me go!
Please, come to your senses. I'm begging you.
Stream forth the gleam of old blades.
Let's have a toast to dreamscape.
In dreams, embracing your... Feel free to express your emotions.
Ghost! There's a ghost!
Oh my. I'm human and so are you. Mr. Yang and Miss Trail, quickly, come help.
Let me go! Let me go!
Well, this is how it... Me? A ghost? Don't make me hit you. He thinks he's dead. Although...
Dear guest, this is not the afterlife. This is Dreamflux Reef.
That's right. Did you hear that? Repeat after...
You're talking... Stop asking! You'll alert the monsters!
You're not talking about the memories of...
Don't say that name!
Repay!
Spend freely. No dirty tricks, all right? Free will, or was it fate? I weep for the departed. It too shall fall.
He passed out. His intense negative emotions attracted the nearby memory zone memes.
I see. But why aren't the other people around here scared?
Unlike in the Sweet Dream, people here don't see memory zone memes as dangerous monsters. And even if they pose a threat, people can easily escape by forcing a wake-up call. But we can't just leave this man here. Can we take him somewhere safe?
We can ask Jessie for help. I've gotten to know many locals.
I remember when this place was all hustling and
anything. Look at it.
No! This ring... Done for! Done for!
I knew you couldn't hold your liquor. Tried to warn you too.
Let's see how you handle us.
Evening, Jessie.
Welcome, Miss Mark.
These two are my friends.
I swear there have been a lot of new faces.
Do such things all...
Not really, but this man has had...
Hello, V.
That must be Robin.
Huh? Robin?
Misha's about to take us...
We met since I heard that places... I also heard that when dream...
If that's true...
Himeko must be gathered...
This right here's what...
There have been a lot of new faces lately.
Don't ask where I'm from. A hero's roots don't...
Let's see how you handle a stroke of genius like
This is where we split up.
So that's how it is. I never imagined we'd gather the remaining...
To borrow Gallagher's catchphrase, what an...
Himeko! Here they are!
Ah, perfect timing. Now...
It's a pleasure.
You know...
I've been keeping an eye on you since... Please, allow me...
Grave?
Life in Dreamflux Reef is pretty...
You're too modest, Micah.
So,
Hmm?
On that note...
They're actually... but before that, you have an important...
An important guest? Who could it be?
This way, please. The roads here in Dreamflux Reef are a bit run down, so watch your step.
I knew you couldn't hold your...
This trash can is perfect for me. And perfectly legal.
she is.
It really is her! Miss Robin!
Everyone sang so wonderfully.
Oh, I can't thank you.
It was nothing, Grace. Life must be quite
That's right.
Whenever it's time to say goodbye.
It's Emma and Andy are old. If we compare, and me, an old lady with no legs. Well, without.
I'm glad that you found it.
Don't worry, Robin. Dreams. But you know what? You see, in dreams, we.
And shed our feathers. There's no need to covet an illusory.
It's a relief to.
It's nice to see you all again. Ever since I returned. But now it seems.
Sweet dreams.
While I was away from. Later, the land of the.
Hearing you speak.
I hate to admit it, it's regrettable. This is not the strong.
Could there be another force, considering what happened with
Regardless, I must uncover the I've decided to forgo my role.
Look here, brother.
Looks like, but Charmony doves don't.
It looks we can.
This place is too
Okay.
I'll ask.
A cage?
Let's see. Oh, poor little
I do.
Why?
Even if it's small and not fully feathered and can't sing. I didn't come into this world just to be locked up. Birds.
I think she's right.
As you probably know, we've seen their ancestors after countless attempts by many generations. One of them.
So, you mean birds aren't born to fly, but they
Well, that's an idealistic way of putting it. So,
I think people believe birds are meant to fly because they've never seen those birds crashing to their death.
that's an interesting perspective. So, have you decided what to do with the bird?
For now, I'll keep it in a cage until it can take care of itself. I want it to live.
Well said, kids. It seems each of you has found.
We will take good care of it.
Yeah.
And what might.
What if this little Charmony dove never learns I mean, if there are fledglings in this world that can never fly throughout their lives, should we let them go back to the sky? Only to see them.
Talking in your sleep, Birdie? Huh? Yeah. Happy about.
Where is Robin?
I knew that was going to be the first thing. Don't worry, your sister is here, safe and sound. She's. If I were you, I'd be more worried about myself. After all.
If you wanted to kill me, you wouldn't give me the chance to speak. Just tell me your demands.
So, you figured out who I am, huh? No wonder you had the guts to go against the Dream Master and the Four Families. Looks like I made
choice.
You are aware of my plan and see through my act. Time is running out, so I'm suggesting we cooperate.
Cooperate?
The fact that the famous Robin has chosen my side. Plus, some clues about a traitor and a bright future for Penacony. Any of that catch your interest?
I find it hard to believe a man who's full of
Fine. You don't have to trust me. The sense of justice inside of you.
Show me, Robin.
All right.
Huh? What's your trick this time?
Just kidding. I mean, this lady will lead us to Robin, right?
And the crew, too. There are too many people who you...
That'd be great. Please follow me, Honorable Oak Family Head. Now, all the...
This is the monument I mentioned earlier. The name...
Rosalina, and...
When Penacony was known as a frontier prison, it was the Trailblazers who connected it with the stars. They were the heroes who saved Astana, and their names deserve to be immortalized. Not just on the small stone tablet, but in the annals of history for all of time. However, today, the planet of festivities is nothing but sweet dreams. That heavy piece of history is all a distant memory.
If their names are inscribed here...
According to Micah, they died long.
Rosalina was killed during the War of Independence. She ventured alone into the heart of the star system to investigate the flow of Memoria, but Tiernan was a skilled gunslinger, strong and reliable. He led the people through countless battles, but he didn't live long enough to witness the arrival. In the decade following the war, Penacony faced challenges internal and external. To protect Asdana, Tiernan took up the way of the Trailblaze and led the Lampmoth family to explore beyond the system, only to be surrounded and wiped out by the Swarm.
Though I had expected as much, the tales of these heroes truly...
True to the title of Trailblazer, they spent their lives venturing into the unknown. But what about this tablet?
When Dreamflux Reef was created, its owner was still alive. However, he insisted on erecting a monument for himself, saying that it will happen someday. Here we meet again. Everyone from the Astral Express.
Robin.
I promised to give the siblings some privacy, so let's talk about our business first.
That sounds sensible enough. Since you went through the trouble of gathering the family heads...
Oh? Is it that obvious?
The look on your face is practically screaming, I'm the one behind all this.
You're right, Mr. Yang. It is indeed time to come clean on everything. The siblings already know what they need. Before we begin, let me reintroduce myself. I'm the founder of as Gallagher, the history fictionologist. I humbly extend...
History fictionologist? So what?
Well, don't worry. Almost everything I shared was true. Well, except for the part about the family.
I double-checked with Micah, and everything he said about the family,
Thank you for your understanding. Now let's get down to business. I'm sure you're all wondering why I went through the trouble of setting up this battle for the legacy. Inviting different factions, and stirring up a... Well, it all boils down to something very familiar to all of you.
The Stellaron? But how is that possible? Penacony is a free-flowing interstellar hub. There are no signs of contamination.
You're totally correct. So, care to take a... I wish that were the truth. The sweet dream doesn't come out of thin air. If you think of the memory zone as the sea, creating the land of the dreams is like filling that wild ocean with earth to make an island. Achieve this feat without the help of an emanator of remembrance or enigmata. The only way is to use a Stellaron. And that's not something you can achieve with a simple wish. It requires vast quantities of knowledge, time, and manpower. I'm sure you get what I'm hinting at. In Asdana, the planet of festivities itself is a Stellaron disaster.
The planet of festivities itself is a Stellaron disaster?
It all started a long time ago, back when the Watchmaker and his crew liberated the frontier prison. They faced countless challenges as they began building Penacony from the ground up. That's when the idea of using the Stellaron came into play. The Stellaron first entered the Asdana system during the war. The Nameless warned everyone against the folly of attempting to tamper with such a power, and most heeded their words. But there are always people in the shadows with ulterior motives. The turning point came after Tiernan's death. With two of the Nameless gone, the Watchmaker had to go to the front lines. It was at that moment his rivals saw an opportunity.
By the time a representative from the Montour System's family arrived at the Watchmaker's call, the Stellaron had already been activated and was seeping into the primordial synesthesia dreamscape.
And I suppose the family happened to possess the knowledge to seal the Stellaron?
Not just that. They knew far more about the Stellaron than the average person. They helped Mikhail swiftly quell the civil unrest and played a part in building Penacony under the disguise of the Harmony. Those 3 eras were known as the Age of Dreaming. The Watchmaker, who had been left in the dark, sent out invitations across the universe, spreading the hype around the land of the dreams.
Then, how did they turn against each other?
Remember the island in the ocean metaphor? The truth is, the Stellaron was never truly sealed. It existed in a different form within the dreamscape. Think about this. What would it cost to create and maintain such a lavish dreamland? It's people's lives. The opulent dream is built upon the decay of spirits, with a toxic elixir called pleasure flowing through the dreamscape. It tempts people to indulge in the dreamscape, and gradually their minds succumb, becoming nourishment for the sweet dream. Confusion, laziness, and cowardice, weaknesses that plague humanity, were magnified and nourished by the family. Penacony became a new kind of prison, even more impenetrable than the previous one. Sadly, we realized this far too late. By then, the family had a firm grip on Penacony, swiftly quelling any opposition that arose. At my wit's end, I had to use the power of the Enigmata, and sought refuge in this chaotic realm. Over the years, I created a meme within this dream for our use. Dormancy. That's its real name. We exploited a loophole. You see, regular people can't fall asleep again while they are inside the dreamscape.
So this is the true meaning of the impossible. You sent out invitations in the Watchmaker's name to find forces capable of resolving the Stellaron disaster and draw them into Penacony to uncover the truth.
It's not just that. Above all, I wanted to see what happens when the major factions engage in a struggle for the legacy. Since this is the Watchmaker's first announcement in decades, the traitor within the family is bound to reveal themselves.
So, the legacy is just a facade.
If you want to consider the Stellaron as the legacy, I'm totally fine with that.
If that's the case, where is the Stellaron now?
That's a question for Mr. Wings. The Stellaron is still under the family's control, and as the head of the Oak family, I'm sure he holds all the answers. Are you done talking? So, will you tell...
It is the Penacony Grand Theater itself.
As I suspected, it's the embodiment of the family. The edifice that first materialized within the sweet dream. That's what turned Penacony into its current state.
As for the person who employed its power, it is in fact Mr. Gopherwood, the current Dream Master.
Well, that was easier than I thought. Did you conduct your own investigation already?
Correct. When I was trying to track down the person who murdered my sister, apart from you, Gopherwood was my second suspect.
Confronting me first turned out to be a smart move on your part.
I didn't have other options. The Dream Master has been elusive, and even the heads of the families can hardly get an audience with him. Moreover, Mr. Gopherwood has been kind to my sister and me.
What do you mean by that?
To be honest, my brother and I are also victims of the cancer of all worlds. We grew up as orphans, but I can't just stand by and watch Mr. Gopherwood. I won't step on that stage and sing for the paradise in our dream.
Indeed. For the As the head of the Oak family, I'll fight alongside.
The enemies you are about to face, since our interests are aligned.
We have always been following in the footsteps of our nameless...
Yeah, we nameless. Come on, don't crack jokes.
Rest assured.
Thank you.
Thank you all for...
The Charmony Festival is...
Everyone, let's gather over here. We still need to make some preparations. I may have been quick.
Huh? Even you're saying that, Mr. Yang?
He's the leader of the families of Penacony, and he has the entire power of the Harmony behind him. Not to mention the Stellaron in his possession. We must proceed with great
Maybe you can just stay behind this time, Mr. Yang?
No, that won't do. Even if we count Robin as an ally, something felt off about Mr. Sunday just now. Although, I can't... You're still carrying the keepsake the IPC envoy gave you, right? Huh. As I suspected, this chip Aventurine gave to you is actually a miniature trans. If I'm right, he intends to use it to track your location or contact you when needed. As it so happens, this may actually be of some use.
Aventurine? Is he still alive? And
remember what I said earlier? Working with the IPC is a way to keep the family in check. If negotiations go south and the family show their true colors by going after the Stellaron, I'll use this transmitter to send a message to the IPC. It'll be just the only question mark in all of this is Aventurine's current status. But the IPC is always listening, especially senior strategic investment department heads.
Good luck to you, Welt.
Well, you take care too. If anything goes wrong, don't worry about me. Just make sure to seal.
Spoken like a true hero. Even if the Dream Master is innocent, the family's corruption runs deep. I won't make the same mistake Mikhail did.
Don't you have something else?
Why would you say so?
Before we departed, the conductor asked us to inquire about the three nameless in Penacony. We've already collected intel about Rosalina and Tiernan, so the only one, if I'm not mistaken, we've already met him somewhere, haven't we?
It's not enough to say meet, but the answer is pretty obvious. After all, I've hinted at it in quite an... I've been watching over you ever since I received the reply from the Astral Express. And I've seen the great effort you all put in. Miss Himiko, were you the one who repaired the Express and got it sailing through the
Yes.
And you two, young Nameless, you have very interesting...
Hey, you can't just make up titles like that.
You're full of energy. Please send my regards to the conductor, Pom Pom. Please let them know that their friend had fond memories from his time aboard the Express, which he reminisce on. As for the last Nameless, he embarked, disembarked, and embarked again, traveling in a great circle, ending on his deathbed. He told me to find the Astral Express and deliver an invitation to the future Nameless. He left behind a special gift, a true legacy. Something that belongs. Come with me. Now.
Back here again.
Sometimes I feel like you're still alive, old friend. Like you've still got so much to say and do. I've kept my promise. Brought the future trailblazers you've waited so long for. I don't know why you were so obsessed with that train. But I remember... Don't let us down, old man.
What's happening?
Go ahead. His resting place lies in the garden. The first and last nameless of Penacony. Mikhail Char Legward, the Watchmaker.
Sure enough, the Watchmaker is the third nameless.
The legacy he left behind was a dream bubble. I believe inside that bubble, there's something. After all, when I checked its contents, I found nothing inside. Maybe some Trailblaze runes?
Well, let's...
Wait, seriously? How could a dream bubble...
That old man always had this strange belief in the Nameless and the Trailblaze. And I could never figure out what was going on in that old man.
Don't think that's the case, Gallagher. I'm sure Mikhail has left us the most
Don't start getting all philosophical.
Just as Mikhail believes in the Nameless of the future, we unconditionally believe in the Nameless. There must be something contained.
Well, I'm a follower of the Enigmata. My philosophy forbids me to have faith. That's why I understand what faith means in the path of truth.
Can I borrow your pet? I need to make a trip back to Golden Hour. It's for Mikhail. And for...
Welcome to the Reverie Hotel. How may I help you?
Greetings. We're the Nameless from the Astral Express.
The Astral Express?
Yes, my companion's already checked in. My name is Dan Heng, and I believe my...
I see, but your companion said you wouldn't be coming due to a...
Now the plans have changed again.
And you are...
Me?
He's my fellow Trailblazer.
Oh, I see. Another one of the Nameless had a similar situation. Seems like since there's a precedent, it shouldn't be a problem. Just give me a... I'm sorry, dear guests, but it seems I'm unable to reach the other members of...
What do you mean by unable to reach them?
My apologies. This is the first time I've encountered a situation like this. However, the system indicates that those guests are still in the dreamscape.
How about this? Give me their room number, and we'll go check on...
I'm afraid that's not possible. I need to verify both of your identities before I can share any guest in...
How about you just wake up someone? Let's say,
I'm sorry, but there are strict rules regarding forced awakening. It cannot be done without the...
So nothing works, huh? What's your solution then? Are you saying we sleep here?
Please be patient. We need to contact your companions in order to confirm.
And now it seems you need to confirm our identities before you can contact our companions.
It seems so.
Oh, fudge. Look, nothing personal, but if you can't handle this, go
Please calm down, dear guests. I do recall that Mr. Sunday, the Oak family head, personally handled this issue earlier.
I don't think she's trying to give us a hard time. She really just doesn't know what to do.
I have a bad feeling about this. You tried to contact him on the express early.
Something doesn't seem right. I need to leave for a moment. You can stay here with the receptionist.
Sure thing. Don Hung seems pretty worried about his companions. I should give him some space. Stressing out about it won't help anything.
The Charmony Festival is a—
Hey!
Well, I didn't—
Well, back.
Oh, come on!
Well, anyway.
Unsettling thing.
Relax.
Well, looks like I won't get any fudging.
Greetings. I'm Cody of the—
Hello. So, there's something I wanted to ask about. I've been hearing some unsettling rumors about certain incidents that might affect the Charmony Festival. Do you think there's anything to be worried about? I've traveled all the way from the Hayaii Federation, and I don't want my trip to be ruined.
What do you mean?
Wait. You haven't heard?
I'm not sure where you heard those rumors, but they're completely baseless. I can assure you, at present, all of the families are focused on making sure the festival starts on time. Even the Dream Master himself has arrived. So don't worry, your trip—
She doesn't appear to be acting. So, it seems that even the hotel staff are out of the loop. Back already?
Hasn't she returned yet?
Nope. I'm starting to wonder. Neither the staff nor the guests seem to know anything about what's happening in the dreamscape, and wherever we go, always...
I agree. Another unusual thing is that the Oak family is supposed to be in charge of organizing the council and managing everything inside and outside the dreamscape. However, I walked around the hotel but didn't meet a single member of the Oak family on such an important day.
Well, I'll be forked. If I remember correctly, the head of the Oak family is that Sunday guy, right?
We shouldn't linger here too long. Let's go back to the express.
Not so fast. Have you ever robbed the IPC, bro? If you run away now, everyone will be chasing after.
Are you suggesting we sit here?
I wouldn't say do nothing. But let's stay put for now. Even if the family has ulterior motives, they couldn't have anticipated us showing up here. Weird. They don't want to attract unwanted attention from certain outsiders, so they won't do anything reckless. See? Yeah.
If I were a family member, I'd find an official excuse and keep the surprise factors here. If we just wait here, that would be like walking into their trap.
Of course, we don't need to walk into their trap. I gave a backup plan to the memo keeper. If it turns out we won't be allowed to enter the dreamscape, she'll order a drink for me in the VIP lounge at the hotel.
A secret signal.
That's right.
Oh, a concrete object can indeed help the memo keeper establish a connection with you. But Boothill, if you have more backup plans in the future...
I'm sorry.
How do we get into the VIP lounge?
This is where my street smarts come into play. You're the law.
Yes,
We're the Nameless from the Astral Express. We wanted to check in, but there's something wrong with your system. The lady at the front desk said she would contact the manager, but we've been waiting here forever, without any food or water. What the fork, man? Is this how the family...
Is this your idea of...
It's called Stand...
I apologize for the inconvenience. Please wait while we try to contact Mr. Sunday. I'll arrange 2 premium seats in the VIP lounge so you can...
Just don't call yourself a name.
Wow, this bar's something else. Certainly worthy of the planet of festivities.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, I have an order for a bottle of Hasdana's White Oak. Can you help?
Hasdana's White Oak?
Oh, no way. Are you
If someone had reserved such a beverage, I would definitely remember it. It sells for hundreds of thousands of credits per bottle, after all. I couldn't afford...
That's strange. Well, could it be that the memo...
Then what should we do now?
Oh, no need to rush. Let's grab some drinks first. Maybe I arrived too... Let's see what kind of juice malts you all have here.
Well, that's the most expensive one on the list.
It's on the house.
What can I get for you?
Anything you recommended.
Then I would recommend today's special, Glass Village. It's classic Soul Glad mixed with Laboom juice. It's refreshing and suits your cool demeanor.
This flavor.
Dynamite barbecue.
As long as you're satisfied.
Let's give the memo keeper another half system hour. If she doesn't show up, we'll need to come up with a new plan. In the meantime, let's take stock of the situation.
The situation is unclear. Something must have happened on the planet of festivities, but the public is unaware of it. Someone in a position of power. It's unusual for the followers of the Harmony to invite other factions, let alone the IPC and the Masked Fools. If what you said about the Emanator of the Nihility is true, the situation in Penacony...
Actually, there's something else I'm concerned about. As you know, the faction that follows the path of the Hunt are some of the most dangerous folks in the cosmos to mess with. I mean, who in their right mind would impersonate the Xianzhou Alliance or the Galaxy Rangers? Isn't there a saying among the Xianzhou people that the Rainbow Sect lets their Lux Arrow do all the beating?
Talking. Do all the talking.
Well, you know what I mean. Even though the Galaxy Rangers have been out of sight for years, we've been keeping an eye on this region. Even the dumbest criminals know better than to mess with the Annihilation Gang, much less the Rangers. But that Acheron lady, she doesn't seem like a lunatic at all. On the contrary, she's highly logical and organized. She knows exactly when to hold back and when to
And you believe that someone like her would have an ulterior motive for impersonating?
I'm not entirely sure, but I do have my suspicions. Maybe she knows a Galaxy Ranger, or perhaps she's trying to lure us out for some reason.
Anyway, what worries me more are the anomalies within the family. They've summoned followers from various paths for the festival. No matter how generous such a gesture is, this move, unless the invitations weren't sent by them. If that's the case, it's even more intriguing that the family insists on organizing the Charmony Festival, despite the chaos.
Maybe it's She Pei the Harmony pulling the strings. You find it beyond human understanding because it wasn't arranged by... People do stupid things out of irrational impulses. They abandon their principles when self-interest is involved, but eons don't. They stick to their determined path and never turn back, even if they reach a dead end.
You think Shippei's will is behind...
It may not necessarily be Shippei. There's definitely some higher entity involved. I know it may sound pessimistic, but if human free will were reliable, why... It's much simpler when you boil it down to the eons and paths. Like how Lon always follows the path of the hunt, or how the Express stays true to the Trailblaze despite Akavilli's disappearance.
But in my opinion, Akavilli's fall holds significance for the Nameless.
Oh, so you're saying the Nameless now have to take responsibility for their own choices because their absolutely right leader is gone?
Exactly. I believe the purpose of the journey isn't just about following a path that's always considered absolutely right. It's more about doing your best to choose the right path for yourself among countless possibilities, even with limited insight and judgment.
I don't know what you've been through, but I agree that people must take responsibility for their choice. That's why the Galaxy Rangers need to uncover the imposter and figure out her true intention. Just in case. I have a backup plan if the Memo Keeper doesn't show up.
You sure have a lot of cards up your sleeve.
Well, going back to my old career would make things a lot easier. By the way, when you were walking around the hotel, did you happen to see any important-looking guests?
What's your
It's simple. We just grab some hostages and use them as bargaining chips with the family. Or maybe we can even...
No need for that. We'll return to the Express.
Wait. Are you kidding?
Are you leaving, esteemed guests? Would you like to cancel that as Donna?
Huh? As Donna's wide...
Ha ha. Looks like you are a bit intoxicated, esteemed guests. You ordered a bottle of Asdon...
Looks like...
Oh, right. Sorry, I'll be waiting for you on the Astral
No mistake. That's her message to you. She knew the hotel wasn't safe, so she suggested we find another place.
Well, looks like we took a detour, but now it's back to the Astral...
You're back? Two guests just boarded saying they were looking for Boot Hill, so I told them to wait in the parlor car.
Oh, just in time.
2 guests?
Yeah, her too. Look, we welcome all passengers on the Astral Express, but sneaking in like that...
My apologies, conductor. It was an oversight on my part. I assumed you were already acquainted with the garden. Given the chaotic situation in Penacony, the Nameless are the only ones we can truly trust.
You are the Memo Keeper.
Pleased to meet you, Dan Hung. I've seen you in others' memories. And as for Boot Hill, this is our first face-to-face meeting. I hope you enjoyed that bottle of Astana's White Oak. You sure have a refined taste.
Finally, Memo Keeper. Well, let's cut to the chase. Spill everything you know.
That's precisely what I intend to do. But before that, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Black Swan, and I serve the Garden of Recollection as a Memo Keeper. As for Acheron's story, I'm sure she knows it better than I do.
Greetings. I'm Acheron.
What? You Garden of Recollection shirtbag! You betrayed me!
I apologize, but she did that at my request. Due to certain reasons, I have been exiled by the family. Thankfully, this Memo Keeper came to my aid and helped me escape their surveillance unnoticed.
To be honest, it was more like stalking than helping. And the process was far from unnoticed. But we did escape.
I asked her to guide me to a place beyond the family's reach and to contact a few trustworthy individuals. Namely, all of you.
Trustworthy? Son of a nice lady. You think I'm dumb or something? How about this? I'll put a few bullet holes in your head and see what secrets spill out. Then, we can talk about trust.
It doesn't have to be like that. I'm willing to answer all your questions, but not right now. If my cover hadn't been blown, we might have had more time, but at the moment, we don't have any other options.
No other options? What do you mean?
This is the only way I can ensure everyone's safety. I kindly request an immediate warp jump out of the Astana star system.
This passenger is requesting...
As far as I can tell, she's not a threat, and seems to be telling the truth.
I've briefly traveled with your companions and know their whereabouts, Dan Heng. Please rest assured, your nameless companions are safe, but they need our help. As for Boot Hill, you may have guessed. I've been waiting for you. Galaxy Rangers are known for their elusive nature and limited contact with each other, so this was the only way I could reach out to you. Only by doing this can I find a true Galaxy Ranger and fulfill a long-standing promise. To return his relics to their rightful owner. Someone once told me that every rainfall is like a gift from the heavens, a sign of their mercy upon the world. Raindrops are said to be the tears of the gods, shed in response to the sorrows of the world. Their constant pouring is a reminder that the gods haven't abandoned us yet. So, how long has this rain been going on for?
I used to believe, just like you, that it would eventually stop. Years and decades passed. And in the end, such hope faded away before the rain did. Looks like the god you mentioned doesn't exist after all. Well, let me share a story with you. Mortals who walk the paths are like sailors on a vast ocean, leaving behind a trail that creates countless ripples of possibilities. These ripples last longer than the fleeting lifetimes of humans. And for some, their presence leaves such a strong mark that it's reflected in the waves.
Like those shadows on the ocean.
Sin-thirsters, the obsessions of the Pathstriders. They emerge from the depths of IX, seeing themselves as masters of their own destiny, unknowingly repeating the actions of their past lives. They emerge from the nihility and head toward it, leading purposeless lives. However, these hollow phantoms, they were once my dear companions. A group of Galaxy Rangers.
Are you watching over them?
Watching over them? No. I'm guiding them toward transcendence. It was a brutal war. A crusade that shook the universe. The universe witnessed the fall of Zuro, the Lord Ravager, but it came at a price. A price so hefty that only those who were there still remember. The unwavering determination of the hunt followers persists even in death. So someone must guide these lost souls to their life beyond. They were heroes in their time, and they shouldn't be reduced to mere puppets of the nihility. As for me, I've suffered too many losses on that battlefield to advance any further. And that makes me the most fitting person to carry out this task.
But you know, these sin-thirsters, they're not who they used to be.
Does this seem pointless to you? Well, some tasks have to be done, even if they are pointless.
I can help you.
For what?
For the meaning of the nihility. That's what I've been seeking.
I see. After all, this realm is off limits to ordinary souls, right? Thank you, stranger. I wish that you find what you seek.
Before we part ways, I have one more question. It is true that their actions and even their entire lives may seem pointless from our perspective. But if, and it's just an if this is what the departed ones expected, should we try to change it?
A good question, and a profound one. I don't know the answer. What I do know is that one day, I too will pass away. And when I bid farewell to this world, someone will stand at my grave and place a bouquet of flowers on it.
When I appeared as a child, my speech, mindset, and soul reflected immaturity and innocence. As I grew into adulthood, I left behind my childlike side.
I humbly request your blessings, esteemed advocate of Shipe.
Come to me, my kinship. I have sought their presence with us.
As you wish. I have faithfully served the Alfalfa family for nearly a decade, promoting the path of the harmony to the best of my ability. However, I made a mistake yesterday. While I was preparing dinner for the family head, I accidentally dropped a prepared dish on the floor. Out of laziness, I lied and claimed that everything was ready. Although the head has dismissed me as punishment, it has been tough to sleep with the guilt still gnawing at me, as I worried that the seeds of evilness may have taken root in my soul. So, I confess to you now to seek atonement for my sins.
Do you sincerely repent and vow to change your ways?
Yes.
Have you examined your soul and confessed all your sins? Are you willing to accept the process of it? Very well. Show your dedication and goodwill to the family, and you shall be
Praise Sheepy.
Next, please.
I wholeheartedly confess.
Rest assured. I have... I see.
But the Bloodhound family got wind of it. They're on my tail, hunting me down.
The family is ready to forgive all sinners. I'll ask the Bloodhound family to cease their pursuit. You don't need to live in fear.
Oh, thank you.
Next.
Hey, long time no see, Mr. Sunday. The most esteemed...
I have sought their presence with us. Let us proceed.
Sure, let's just get this over with. I have sinned, please forgive me. I wasted half a pizza at breakfast, and a bottle of Soul. That's it. Nothing more. When we wrap this up, I've got a robo-ball game to catch.
Do you... see...
My sins? Wow, starting to sound like a saint, huh? Well, let me tell you something. Neither the family nor you have the right to judge me. You think nobody knows what your precious family has done? About the Watchmaker? Huh? Before you start spouting off your holy verses, well, I've spent enough time in confession today to enter the Harmony's paradise, right? Then I'll take my leave. Good luck with your election, and, don't make me regret my investment.
Oh, revered triple-faced soul, hear my doubts. Who can judge the strong when their power hides their crimes? Who can vouch for the weak when they will pay any price to survive? Who can comfort the purest souls when even they get led astray? If the strong defending the weak is truly the foundation of paradise, then who is responsible for the suffering and anguish in this?
Brother? Brother...
I'm fine. I've been working long hours, and I just made a trip to Dreamflux Reef and back. So, I'm a bit out of sorts. But it'll...
You've been working non-stop on the Charmony Festival, Mr. Sunday, and no one could have predicted...
No.
It has always been our, even if the negotiations...
You know...
The Dream Master rarely...
Let's hope we can reach a consensus that satisfies everyone.
Indeed.
It's about time.
Don't worry. I'll be waiting.
It's Mr. Sunday! Hey, come over here!
Looks like some...
Mr. Sunday. Hey there! Okay, see the moon in the sky? It's about the size of the cap on my Soul Glad bottle. If I just reached out my hand, I could grab the moon, couldn't I?
The moon? You mean the Grand Theater?
Yeah. Look at me. I've been away from home for too long. I must be missing that moon. But it's no big deal. The Grand Theater here looks much better than the moon back home. It's just magnificent. They told me not to sell everything I had just to come to Penacony. How...
Selling everything you had? Why would you go to such lengths?
Why? Can't you see? Life back home is miserable. It's not really... It's better to be here at Penacony. No pain, no worries about tomorrow, just sweet dreams.
do whatever you want. That's what I...
Is this truly living?
Huh? What did you say, young lady?
Oh, it's nothing, sir. You see, the traffic on Glocks Avenue can be dangerous. How about I ask a Bloodhound family member to escort you to Ideen Park over there, so you can...
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Wow. See you around, Mr. Sunday. And, it was nice chatting.
What's up, sister?
This is the land of the dreams. The man we ran into, he doesn't seem happy at all. Even though sweet dreams are nice, they're just illusions.
I suppose you have a point. But, in my opinion, that's how most people live their lives.
Why do you say that?
You think that man is not actually living, but that's not quite accurate. Even without Penacony, people create their own illusions called self-value. People believe they have a predetermined value to fulfill. Gaining value means gaining power, and those deemed worthless are seen as the weak. However, value doesn't come out of thin air, and there's a limit to it.
Are you suggesting that this is not how things should be?
Exactly. But, ironically, people don't think there's anything wrong with it, because they uphold the illusory notion of self-value, and even the weak believe in it. The survival of the fittest. That's where all the tragedies in the world come from. People come to the sweet dream in Penacony to escape from that reality and find solace. No tragedies exist here, only happiness, although in its nascent form. Isn't that the same paradise we yearn for in our dreams?
Perhaps that man is just an exception. Let's not jump to conclusions. We should experience the dreamscape ourselves, just as I did at Dreamflux Reef.
Yes, seeing is believing. I'll accompany you. The Dream Master hasn't shown up yet, so we have some time for a stroll.
The show begins. Glad to meet you again, Robin. How are the preparations for the...
It's going smoothly. Thanks for making the trip to join the festival.
You're too kind, Robin. It's a pleasure to have guests from all over the universe celebrating day and night.
I can't stand being lonely or bored, so this jubilant dreamscape is perfect for me.
But if this went on forever, would it get boring too?
Nah, not at all. Who would get tired of having so much fun? Every day, you get to wear fancy clothes, explore all sorts of dream bubbles, indulge in delicious food without gaining weight, and you never get old or sick. As long as you can afford a room, this place is the ultimate paradise.
But you know that only a few things can be brought back from the dreamscape to reality, right?
That's exactly why I don't plan on bringing anything back. Just enjoying the dream itself is good enough for me. I'm only in this sweet dream can I truly feel like I'm in control of my life and fate. Ooh.
I see. I genuinely wish you all the happiness in the world.
And I wish you a fantastic performance, Robin! I'm off to the Blue Hour for the ball. See you later.
Seems like that guest's perspective didn't resonate with you either.
She had a valid point. I could sense her genuine happiness. It's just that...
What you're trying to say is, she thinks she's in control of her life. But in reality, she's just escaping from reality and seeking solace in this sweet dream. Once she steps out of this sanctuary, everything will be lost.
Well, she did make mention of being able to afford a room, didn't she?
However, the paradise in our dreams, it doesn't have to end.
No. And the paradise we yearn for shouldn't be just a fleeting dream either. The scenery in this dreamscape is truly breathtaking.
Oh, Robin. Can't believe I'm meeting you in person here. What an honor. You're right. Even though time stands still in this dreamscape, it always feels fresh. I find something new every time.
A philosophical mind. I hope I'm not intruding.
Oh, not at all. With little time left, I yearn for meaningful conversations, especially with someone as esteemed as you. Do you mind if we chat?
It's my pleasure. No need to be formal. Just speak your mind. You said, with little time left. Please, forgive me for being blunt. But is that why you came to Penacony?
Yeah. I was part of a war, and while escaping from the Sarkosian mothership, I got exposed to some radioactive materials. And then, all my comrades died, and my hometown was wiped out by neutron bombardments. I couldn't bear to live with everything I knew gone. That's when I heard about a possible solution here, so I came.
How heart-wrenching. I hope the family has been able to help you.
They have, and I'm truly grateful for that. They provided me with a comfortable room, the most advanced life support devices in the cosmos, and a stellar team of caregivers. My physical body is now in the dream pool, sustained by life support. The me you see here is whole, rational, and no different from any other person. But I can't say the same for the me in the hotel room. My true appearance. Huh. I hope you never have to witness it, Robin.
So, you'll be living forever in this dreamscape, right?
Just being able to live at all is good enough for me. Whether it's in this dreamscape or not, well, I don't really have much say in the matter. My world has been torn apart, and my life could end any second. So, even if this whole place is an illusion, it's still my paradise. And I'll treasure every moment I spend here. How I envy those everlasting things.
That old man's story. It's so tragic. Fortunately, this sweet dream gives him joyful memories to hold on to.
That's precisely why.
However, even the sweet dream has its limitations. While it provides solace to the disillusioned, it can't completely eliminate pain in reality.
There will be a way out. Penacony is already on the right track.
A lovely young lady. Brother, what a surprise to see you again.
Show yourself. Your trick won't work on us.
I've heard that a skilled masked fool received an invitation too. That must be you, right? Did you enjoy yourself?
Barely. The people here are way too gullible. A little bait is all it takes for them to bite. And they run away at the slightest hint of danger. In other words, they're naive and cowardly.
Now that you've had your fill, it'd be wise to leave before it's too late. The music of the Harmony doesn't tolerate discord.
What? Now that you have the real Robin, I'm useless? Oh, how disheartening. I've done so much for the family. You should be thanking me, because if it weren't for me cleaning up this mess, Penacony would still be in shambles. Don't you think?
That was a personal request from the head of the Iris family, and it has nothing to do with us. Step aside and stop causing trouble for the Charmony Festival.
The Charmony Festival? You think you can scare me? You think I've no idea what you're planning? I don't care what you're thinking, Chicken Wing Boy. But I'm pretty sure Lily Robin won't be appearing on stage. After all, you're well aware of what a sorry state this dreamscape is in under the banner of Harmony. Penacony, the land of the dreams. Is this truly the paradise you desire?
Stop it.
What's the rush, Chicken Wing Boy? Did I get to you?
Our paradise is none of your concern, masked fool. Leave now, or the family won't tolerate you anymore.
All right. I'll go. But Robin, I suggest you seriously consider this. Do you really believe those living in dreams can escape pain and find true happiness? Well, I've done my part, and now I'm simply waiting for the fireworks to begin. Here, the last 2 gifts for both of you. And don't lose them. If by some unfortunate chance the Charmony Festival starts against all odds, remember to use them during the show. And it'll be thrilling. Bang!
I heard a raven cawing in the distance. It seems the Dream Master will arrive soon. Let's wait here for the Dream Master to arrive.
Okay. By the way, brother, I heard you no longer have a sweet tooth. Back when we were kids, you used to steal my desserts. Seems like a lot has changed during my absence. What exactly happened?
Well, someone has to stay awake even in this sweet dream.
But that someone doesn't have to be you, or anyone in particular. You're carrying too much on your shoulders, brother. The paradise in our dreams. It shouldn't be like this. Penacony is nothing more than a dream. It can't erase the worries and pain of reality, or bring true happiness. It only offers an escape from reality. Nothing more.
Remember the old man we met earlier? Without this dream, he might have completely lost himself.
That might be true, but even without Penacony, he could have chosen another path. As far as I know, the Intelligentsia Guild has been promoting their rehabilitation techniques for a long time now. That path may have been more ordinary and challenging, but now he is receiving hospice care in a comatose state, and his fate is sealed. Is Penacony granting these people a future? Or is it taking it away from them?
Well, don't forget this. Not everyone really has a future. The future for humanity is like the sky for birds. People mistakenly believe that flight is inherent to birds because they've never witnessed those birds crashing to their death. Do you remember how we took in that little Charmony dove when we were young?
Yeah, we took care of it. Provided food and water, groomed its feathers. And later, when I decided to leave Penacony, I opened the cage and set it free.
Well, I didn't mention what happened to it in my letters because I didn't want to upset you. Shortly after you left, it crashed to its death right in front of your window.
I had surmised as much. I knew you wouldn't have avoided mentioning the bird for no reason. Despite that unfortunate outcome, I still believe it was the right decision. Birds aren't meant to spend their lives in cages. They belong in the sky, even if they can't fly.
But here's the thing. If there are birds in this world that can never fly, can we really assert that they belong in the sky?
Are you implying that the same goes for humans too?
Let's take the Astral Express as an example. The Nameless made tremendous efforts to bridge worlds, gaining fame across the universe. However, only a few extraordinary individuals can endure such a perilous journey. That's because the pursuit of the Trailblaze exceeds the capabilities of ordinary humans. Otherwise, why would this path be filled with broken rails, an abandoned express, and even a fallen Eon?
That's just sophistry. If that were true, then only the powerful would have the right to determine the future.
Unfortunately, that's exactly what happens. Another name for the future is self-value. While this world has its fair share of heroes who inspire people and garner admiration for their heroic deeds, the majority of ordinary people will never become heroes in their lifetime. Some are born weak and vulnerable. Some find themselves trapped in unfortunate circumstances. Some fall victim to malice and cowardice. When it comes to survival, everyone is equal. And the weak can only watch as their value gets constantly diminished by external forces.
That's why we should care for the weak and support them as if their suffering were our own. That's what the Odes of Harmony have always taught us.
While the Harmony holds noble aspirations, the strong will always be strong, and the weak will always be weak. Even in this carefree dream. Human nature contains greatness, but it also harbors inherent weaknesses that can't be eradicated. In the end, if people can't even secure their own survival, they won't care about the illusory future of equality. As long as the law of survival of the fittest prevails, there will always be fledglings crashing to their death.
But if people don't live for the future, do they merely exist for survival? If even you, my brother, don't believe that the Harmony will save the weak, then which Eon can make our dreams come true?
People often forget that when the first bird took flight, the entire world envisioned a future where no more fledglings would ever crash to their death.
Are you reading, sister? What are you reading?
Mr. Gopherwood gave me a picture book. It's about the story of the harmonic strings. If I could become a chord master, I'd like to summon Dominicus, the harmonious choir.
want to sing with everyone and spread our wishes so that all can feel happiness and joy.
I see. Then, I would summon the Harmonious Choir too.
Don't you have a wish of your own, brother?
Of course I do. It's just that it includes your wish and everyone else's. I long for a true paradise where everyone can find peace.
Then, let's build a stage there and invite everyone to our performance so that both our wishes come true through the power of the Harmonious Choir.
It's a deal then.
Yeah, it's a deal. But how can I become a chord master?
Maybe you will have to become a star first.
You're back sooner than I thought. Any results?
Yes. And now, it's up to us to forge ahead.
Since he's already carried out his last wish, my final mission is complete. But pardon me if I sound curt. It's good to have determination. The path Mikhail left for you is not an easy one to tread. Why else would he have chosen to sleep in solitude? Staking everything on some nameless in the future. But you have the numbers. And in numbers comes strength. So that might just delay your inevitable a little more.
Got any more encouraging word?
As I see it, relying on Welt's negotiations alone is far from enough. Regardless of whether the other party will be compliant, negotiating simply allows us to meet them as equals and won't grant us an upper hand. Penacony is our rival's home turf, and we already have very few chips left to play with. Rather than idly sit around while the family's got us blocked off, an offensive approach might be a wiser course of action. We're more familiar with the Stellaron's properties than most, and since it's the key to stabilizing the Sweet Dream, it's vital to the family's interests. By attacking their core interests, they're bound to retaliate hastily. And as the saying goes, haste makes waste.
That's right. As long as we pose a threat to the Stellaron, either with words or otherwise, we have a chance at gaining the upper hand. But the problem is, on the eve of the Charmony Festival opening, how exactly are we going to get close to the theater? Family security will be airtight, and if we brute force it, even if we succeed, it's too risky. So, no one's gonna say anything? Then I'll raise my hand. I know the answer to this question. Why are you speaking like the General of the Law Fu? So, I heard that before the Charmony Festival begins, there'll be a pageant to kick off the festival. It's called the Soulglad TM Festivity Auditions, or something, and it's going to be held in the moment of Sports Sand. As long as we clinch the top spot, we'll be able to attain the title of Festive Superstar, and be able to personally bask in the graces of Miss Robin. Not that that's important. What's crucial is that we can enter the Grand Theater before the audience arrives. So, how do we go about participating in these festivity auditions? I've already procured special invite tickets from Miss Robin's fan club. To tell you the truth, I had been preparing to join the auditions all along. But now it looks like even if I scrape through, I probably still won't have the chance to shake Miss Robin's hand.
So they're still running this thing, huh? It was originally just a publicity stunt, set up by Mikhail to drum up attention. But it looks like it might be worth a shot.
We'll follow March's plan. Mr. Gallagher, will you be joining us?
I'm afraid I won't have the time. As a virtual character, I've already completed my final mission. Whether Penacony can awaken from this dream is all down to you.
Should we ever cross paths again, I'd love for you to visit the Express.
All right. I'll have to add to that data bank of yours you've got on the Express.
And Miss Firefly, we thank you for all your support. We're faced with a formidable enemy. As long as the Astral Express and Stellaron Hunter's objectives are aligned, we're willing to cooperate with you.
We've already come this far together. I'd like to join you for the rest of your journey on Penacony. I'm pleased that we can finally fight shoulder to shoulder. I couldn't ask for a better ending.
This is also the spirit of the Trailblaze. Now everyone, let's prepare to move out.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Scorched Sand Hall. This is where challengers thrive and if you have ambition, dreams, and the drive, dear friends, the next...
Oh, wow! They've really outdone themselves!
Behold! Here come four friends with spirits high and full of zeal. Are you...
Is he talking about us?
Yes, you! There's no doubt about it, I see you...
Excuse me, you four? What?
As the last group of contestants, how
Would you be open to a brief...
Your journey is long and fraught.
The sword and rose!
A knight's head is hard as steel. Brotherland's focus is stubborn as a heel. We don't all have to be winners, but if we don't have fun, we'd all be sinners.
People are pouring in.
Ladies and gentlemen, please. Coming towards us now is one of Penacony's... Allow me to introduce my...
Hello,
Can't hide it anyways. Penacony is don't expose my net handle to everyone! Hello, everyone! I'm March 7th. I'm an ordinary girl who loves adventures.
Hello, everyone. I'm Firefly. I am also an ordinary girl who enjoys adventures.
So it's a bunch of nameless guests. This final face-off is bound to be spectacular. Time is precious. My four friends, come with me. Grab a bottle of...
This place is buzzing.
That's right. This event is a miniature representation of that time. Nameless, you at once. During the dream chasing, I wholeheartedly...
Hey!
Miss March,
Hello,
trailblazing into the...
I hope that...
Safety first, everybody.
Waiting for you. And in those are the rules.
Everyone, as March and I haven't...
Fine by me.
All right. I don't have a...
We'll split into the assigned group.
Let's wait and see.
Welcome to the school. Now,
Stage of dreams for those who dare to dream. Welcome to the School of Acting Stage.
competitors, allow me to introduce the rules of this challenge to you. There are 3. Your task is to also
Just take a... You two! Envision that you're driving an old... Now, Miss... You usually... Very good. Very good. Suddenly, now, Miss Gray.
That's not right! We're already at the next...
But at this moment... Fantastic! Up next...
I hope these tests...
Here, you two are required to skillfully utilize body language to portray the story context I've laid out for you. Picking up from where we left off, a heavy downpour saves you both stranded in the desert. At this moment, what should you do to make her laugh?
The test now is about You look less like you want to make me laugh. You seriously think that would make some...
Right answer.
I'm...
A tug at the heart. You have no choice. fantastic! Of course! However...
Welcome to the two companions arrive on Penacony with nothing but a dream. Their desire for achievement is met with continuous setbacks. Ultimately, one continues on, despite spiraling into debt, while the other concedes defeat and leaves. Many years later, their paths cross once more in the thriving Penacony. Yet, they refuse to acknowledge each other because... Against the backdrop of a... Give it a shot!
This is...
Your performance is far from satisfactory. Cut!
Huh? We haven't even... It's so
beautiful!
We have passed the test. We ought to hurry up. Stellaron is at stake.
Congrats to both of you for clearing the stage, but more importantly, are you having fun? Fun! Look at the time! You finished much faster than that red-haired contestant did.
That red-haired contestant.
You'll find out eventually, but only if you clear the next test first. You have the option to choose gunfire. And now, make you... Dear friends, welcome to the enchanting universe. It is said that these cartoon characters were inspired by the Watchmaker's own experiences. According to research by plucky scholars, the original Hanu of reality shared a deep friendship with the Watchmaker, akin to comrades in arms. Enter into the world of Hanu via the TV by the entrance and partake in an enchanting and suspenseful story with him. Good luck in there!
If it's a gunfire trial, we should be able to settle this with a fight, right? I hope this won't waste too much of our time.
Ready? 1, 2, 3. Are we...
Very good. In this, alas.
Oh, brave Hanu, you look like you could really... Long time no... Oh, listen, but you know... Now, I can't wait.
Let's stay alert and make sure those monsters don't spot us. Look up there! If we can push that thing down, do you think that would do the trick? Finally, that's all the jigsaw pieces. Let's hurry back.
Oh, my! Hurry now, huh?
Such disconnecting from that thing so suddenly has left me feeling slightly disoriented. Is that Hanu? What exactly is he talking about?
Tick-tock! It's time for me to...
Clocky?
In Dreamville, Clock... Hanu says that... the enemy is entering! Touch that suspicious-looking TV right now!
So they just jumped inside that... Sheesh. Well, here we go again. Ready? And gradually...
Oh, did last we saw but brave...
But...
Guess what?
The storage room. It's behind the shelves, right? He wasn't lying. There's actually a bazooka here. Now we should have a way of dealing with those baddies. This thing feels just like the soaring locust too. Careful. It looks like...
Here we go again. That should be all of them.
Oh my!
Well, that's that.
Congratulations! In the final stage, welcome to the 33rd.